All right, health disparities is next. It's disparity, and I wanted to define that first because a lot of people don't really know what that term means and haven't heard it used. But disparity basically means there's a lack of equality. And equal, word root equal, right? Are we on the same level? Are we treated the same? That kind of thing is what health disparities is about. So basically, and I'll read this to you because I want to make sure it's clear. A healthcare disparity typically refers to differences between groups in health insurance coverage, in access to and use of care, and in the quality of care that they receive. And the differences are not explained by like your patient's healthcare needs, like you are a heart attack patient versus a stroke patient, or heart failure patient versus a diabetic patient, or patient preferences or treatment recommendations. They are actually, the differences are linked to being socially, economically, or environmentally disadvantaged. So if you're poorer than the next person, you're probably not going to get the care you needed to get. And that could be for several reasons, not particularly that the healthcare worker has a bias, or is treating you different. It could be because you don't have enough money to take care of those healthcare expenses, or you don't have insurance because your job is lower earning. And so it's just a lot of things. So one of the things, and let me talk about the chart that I put on here first, and then we'll talk about some of the solutions that are coming in, like have been discussed. First, this table talks about life expectancy and income. So basically, if the higher your family income is, the longer you'll more than likely live. Now, should it be that way, especially in an industrialized country like America? I'm not going to get on my soapbox, but should that be the case? Should our patients' life expectancy, their health and well-being be determined by how much money they make? Or should everybody have the same life expectancy because everybody has access to healthcare? Anyways, but that's a whole nother story. And so what you're going to hear a lot about, especially with election time coming up, hopefully you guys are watching with your parents, because so much of what happens in Washington affects our healthcare facilities, like from payments to what services we offer, where we can build, all that stuff. You definitely want to start paying attention to those type things. Oh my God, I lost my train of thought. I forgot what I was about to say. Oh, and so what you're probably going to hear is like having another healthcare plan to help people who are underinsured or uninsured, which we'll talk about next. And having a plan nationwide so that we don't have health disparities anymore. So that low income people can live just as long as somebody who is, filthy, rich, a billionaire, that kind of thing. But anyway, so that's health disparities. If you go to the CDC's website, it'll actually tell you a lot more, like you can get more statistics and all that stuff. And the data is there to talk about those differences that we see.